Hello, Barbara here, and welcome to another episode of Growing Leaders. Today we are going to be talking about, are you setting yourself up to fail with your to-do list? Now, I love getting things done. The sense of achievement that I feel when I cross something off my to-do list is like when someone goes to the gym for an hour. It's my happy place. I feel like I've done something really worthwhile and I'm that little bit closer to achieving my goal. Now, although this is a really great motivator, it can also be a bit of a double-edged sword, as you can easily fall into the trap of creating really long to-do lists that just aren't achievable for the time that you've got available. Now, the problem is that if you've fallen into this trap, you might not even realize it. Instead, you might struggle with that, having that feeling at the end of the day where you've worked really hard, but you feel as though you've not achieved what you wanted to, and you're not quite sure what you've got done. You might then put everything that's outstanding on today's to-do list onto tomorrow's, and then the same thing happens all over again. So does this sound familiar? If so, let me give you some tips on how you can actually get around this problem. Tip number one is be realistic with what you can achieve. You know what your day's like, so don't work against it, work with it. If you've got loads of other commitments in that particular day, like meetings or phone calls or whatever it might be, just go easy on yourself. If you've got a day that's a little bit more flexible and a little bit more free, then get some work done. Always make sure that you factor in the amount of time that you need for that particular project that you're working on. Tip number two is do one thing every single day that when you cross it off, you are going to feel fantastic. Now, you might not be able to do everything that you want to do in a day, so instead just work on achieving something that when you do finish it, it's going to make a really big difference to you. So look at that one thing that keeps cropping up on your to-do list. It might be something that you're avoiding or you're procrastinating, but have a think, how good is it going to feel when you finally cross that bad boy off your list? If you know instantly what I'm talking about, that's the thing to aim for tomorrow. Tip number three, don't search for perfection. Often we spend ages, just titivating and reformatting and editing and messing about with something rather than just getting it done and getting it out there. Instead of searching for perfection, just aim to get it done. Good is often good enough. Tip number four is look for good shortcuts and workarounds if possible. If there is a good workaround or a shortcut or a piece of technology that is going to make your life so much easier, then use it. Take a look at your recurring tasks. Is there another way to do this rather than doing the same old just because you've always done it that way? A system that you can set up to make things quicker and easier is something that you should absolutely aim for. Or is there somebody that you can delegate to or outsource to get you some time back? And finally, tip number five is don't compare yourself with anyone else. Now, this is much easier said than done, especially in the world that we live in where it's so easy to see what people are up to with social media, but it's not doing you any favors. Don't have a think about what their life's like or how early they're getting up or what their morning routine is or anything like that, or just how much they're achieving. It doesn't really matter. What matters is your systems, that they work for you and that they work for your role and they work for your family. Don't compare yourself to anybody else or try to adopt other people's systems into your life if you're not quite sure that it's going to work. So those are my 5 tips on how to not set yourself up to fail every single day with your to-do list. I'd love to hear yours, so let me know by leaving a comment. Or for more tips, just come on over to barbaranixon.co.uk. You'll find loads of freebies over there. And feel free to subscribe to this channel. Take care. Bye.